Hi everyone, this is BENYARKO, bringing you another lesson in jazz piano techniques. Today I'm going to go over the applications of the 6 diminished scale, and especially the Barry Harris 6 diminished scale, major 6 diminished scale, and how to use it. How do you apply it to a standard, especially if you're a beginner. This is really a good lesson because it would show you what it's used for and how to use it. So let's take a standard that everyone knows. Let's see, you know, there there is no greater love. That's a good one. So I'll do it in the original key, which is B flat. And you go over the B flat scale, right? There's 2 flats in there, and also you go over your Barry Harris 6 diminished in that key. So we have B flat 6, C diminished, B flat 6, C diminished, B flat 6, C diminished, right? You have that all the way until you get the scale of chords, right? Okay, and this is known as the locked hand position, where you have octaves with the chords inside there, right? Okay, and this technique was used a lot by Josh Sharon, and really invented by Milt Butner, who was an organist in the early swing era, and invented those chords. Although now we associate it with Barry Harris, but a lot of musicians used it. You know, so you do that in the scale of B flat. And then I'll show you how to use it. So we have that, and then we have the drop 2 version where you can take the second to last note of the scale and put it in the bass, and you have that gives you a drop 2 sound, right? Okay, so let's play the song how I'll play it just by itself without any movement. Okay, so this is how it would sound. All right, as you can see, it sounds very bland, right? I'm just playing the chords, different root position, the chords, you know, of the song, right? And I'm making sure I'm putting still the melody in the high notes, right? And that way you can actually sing out the melody. So again, very simple, very bland. Now let's say we're to use the Barry Harris scale of chords. How would we use it? So every time we have a little stop, we can use the chords to play around. We can even use it on the actual melody. So my example, so that's the top head, right? So how do we use that? We can use just a little bit of that, the Barry Harris chords. Let's do the drop 2 to play that melody, right? So we could do, I mean, you see how full that sounds. Instead of doing, instead of that, what we did was, and if we use that with stretch voices, we'll even get a nicer sound. So it would sound like this. Right? Or, you can use the arpeggios to do it. So we can do that. And so let's do that, and then what will be next? So first one. Right? we're using arpeggios. So there's a long note there, so we could do something like this when it goes in. Right? That Barry Harris scale of chords. Okay, so you see that sound? And then back there. And this time I don't use that. So you see what I did there? Walk into the next chord. So even with the ending, I used a few Barry Harris scale of chords. So it's basically playing around with the original melody, seeing where you can fit in those chords to harmonize it, and use it on the melody. And that's how you can actually apply it to standards. Okay, I hope this helps. Made it a little easier for you. If you need more lessons, just or private lesson, contact me at kbenyarkomusic.com or kbenyarkomusic@gmail.com. Again, remember to subscribe and stay tuned for more lessons.